Hey, listen, what's going on? This is Lee Boone, and I wanted to talk to you about something today. I wanted to talk to you about sacrifice and being sacrificial. Guys, we were created in the likeness and the image of our Father. Therefore, it's quite natural for you to understand that we are all living sacrifices. If you want to accomplish the greatest things in the world, if you want to become and get to the apex of who you are supposed to be and what you're supposed to dwell in, you have to sacrifice. You have to give of yourself. I'm going to give you an example. You've seen NBA players all the time. They're on these sorry teams. They put up these astronomical numbers in points, rebounds, assists, whatever it is that they want to do. And they're making maximum level contracts. Well, that's all well and good, but money doesn't make you happy. Money may make you have the ability to have a means to take care of responsibilities, but the key to happiness is really inside. You're not going to find true joy unless you serve. You're not going to find true joy unless you sacrifice for your man, your woman, your teammate, your player, or whatever it is. So with that being said, sacrifice is the key. And some people can't sacrifice. Some people can't play on a team unless everything is centered around them. I'm from Virginia. I love Allen Iverson. And everything was great with Allen Iverson as long as everything was centered around him. But see what happened when he went to Memphis? When he went to Memphis, he did not want to sacrifice. I think they wanted him to come off the bench or be like an integral part of the offense as far as the sixth man. He didn't want to do that. And so because he didn't want to do that, well, nobody saw him as the star anymore, even when he went to Detroit. So what inevitably ended up happening is he ended up getting ushered out of the league. He kept trying to come back, but he was selfish. He had some trials and tribulations. He had some trials and tribulations because he was thinking about the things that he wanted. And when he thought about the things he was wanting and he focused on the things that he wanted, instead of focusing on the assignment that he had to do and having all things added unto him, then he had somewhat of a demise. He had a breakdown. Look him up. Read him up. I'm not making this stuff up. Teamwork makes the dream work. Team. Together, everyone achieves more. Some of you people out here, when in your businesses, you don't want to be a team player. And then you wonder why your business isn't doing well. You don't want to give of yourself. And then you wonder why your business isn't doing well. You know, it's like what I call the self-employed syndrome. Self-employed people only own their work. It might sound better to be self-employed, but self-employed people only own their work. So if you ever want to, the only way that you can transition from self-employed to a business system is you have to have selflessness. You have to give of yourself. You have to release. You have to trust. You have to put people around you that's going to help you function as a team. You can say whatever you want. You can say all you want about LeBron James. But all LeBron James ever wanted was to win championships. Don't you think he knew when he got to South Beach that he was going to have to sacrifice some of his shot attempts, some of his numbers? Don't you know he was going to have to share with Dwayne Wade? Don't you know you had to share with Chris Bosh? I mean, look, Ray Allen ain't no slouch either. So don't you know that they're going to have to share? Now everybody wants to play with them because they're showing you that when you are sacrificial, you become more formidable, you become including and in fact unstoppable. So if you want to be unstoppable in your life, you have to learn how to share. You have to learn how to sacrifice. And that's how you obtain your goals in life and exceed those goals. Now, you've seen players before in the NBA, and I'm using the NBA example because I like athletics. But you've seen players in the NBA who late in the stages of their career, when they lose their athleticism, that's when they want to sacrifice. They're not really sacrificing. They're not really sacrificing. They just know they can't hold up the load. And they want to win. They feel like if I do it my way first, it's going to work. Then when they realized, man, I never had to reinvent the wheel. If I would have just did it the team way, I could have been in position to win championships. Look at Charles Barkley, one of the greatest players of all time. He has no championship. And he'll tell you that it haunts him that he doesn't have a championship. He's been to the NBA Finals one time. He had to go against Michael Jordan. So you know what time that was. But even Michael Jordan had to learn the team concept. He was selfish in the beginning of his career too, till Phil Jackson got there. But Charles Barkley, later in his career, he left Phoenix and he went to Houston. Now on paper, that sounded good. Clyde Drexler, Hakeem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley. That was a recipe for championships. But guess how many championships they won together? They didn't. It wasn't until after he retired, I believe, that Clyde Drexler, I'm not even sure about that, but the point about Charles Barkley is he didn't even win a championship when everything looked good on paper. Y'all remember last year when Dwight Howard went to LA. On paper, everybody was saying in the beginning they're going to the NBA Finals. But Dwight Howard never bought in. Dwight Howard wanted to have things his way. And that's the problem with most young players. That's the problem with most young people. They want to get everything that they can get up front. They don't want to sacrifice for what they really, really want. They don't want to give up something now to have more later. They don't want the pain now, momentarily. They are actually on a path where they're going to have a lifetime of pain. You have to understand that in order to have anything that you want in life, it's going to take some sacrifices. I've seen my friends in marriages today don't work. And one of the main reasons that they don't work today is because somebody or both parties are not interested in what's best for the team. They're interested in what's best for them. So you can't have an I or a me mentality when you're on some type of team. You've got to put the team first. You've got to be able to make the right assist in your team effort in order for you guys to hoist the championship of life. If you're on a team, if you're married, if you're in business, look inside of yourself. Look at the person in the mirror and ask yourself, what is holding me back? Because the answer lies inside of you. My coach told me when I was in college, he said, when you point a finger at somebody, you've got 3 of them pointing right back at you. So you're 3 times as wrong. Ask yourself what you can do. Now, granted, there are some times when you're doing everything that you're supposed to do, and you just need to get out of the environment that you're in. You're on a team that's not built for championships. And sometimes, you know what? You just need to get out of the situation. But you need to be a sacrificial person. And you need to be around others that are willing to sacrifice. Think about it right now. Dwayne Wade, I'm sure, wants to be the best ever. But he's humble enough to say, you know what? LeBron James is the best player on the planet. Well, guess what? He is. That's not an opinion. I mean, who does it better than LeBron right now? Whether you like him or not. Can anyone stop him? He's bigger, faster, stronger, and everything compared to everybody else. And he has the work ethic. And most importantly, he's selfless. His whole game is around being selfless. He would prefer getting his team involved. He cheers his team on when something goes good for them. He acts like it's his success when a teammate has a success. See the way he jumped on the guy who won his $75,000 in the Dr. Pepper half-court challenge? Oh, that was fake. LeBron James wants people to win. And you see the results and the fruit of his life because he keeps on winning. He wins in business. He wins in personal. He wins. And then everybody hates on him. When you know, in fact, you got to be a hateful person and not like LeBron. And if you're still holding on to that grudge, that's you. That's how people are. People will hold on to grudges with you. So you don't need to worry about what people think. All you need to do is focus and concentrate on helping other people. get what they want. That's the greatest joy in the world. Sacrifice. My Father came here and he sacrificed for me. My Savior sacrificed for me. He could have done whatever he wanted to do. He had the power to do whatever he wanted to do. But he stayed on course. He followed his assignment and he sacrificed himself. And because he sacrificed himself, he's got the whole world in his hands. Well, he made us in his image. So he wants you to have life and have it more abundantly. But in order to have life and life more abundantly, you have to live life like that. You have to sacrifice. You have to stay focused on your assignment. That's what faith really is. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Therefore, faith is really, you can take that word and you can implement and plug assignment. Assignment is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. You're out there doing an assignment. You don't have the fruits of your labor yet, but you're out there and you're doing your assignment. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're focused on your daily activities. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're sacrificing your time to do what you want to do what you need to do, so you can have more time to do what you want to do later. It's an investment. Sacrifice. He who sacrifices sows seed, and it will harvest. It may not harvest when you want it to, but it will harvest. You got marriages and people not working together. You got businesses with people not working together. I'm passionate about marriages. I'm passionate about business. I'm passionate about helping other people. I'm passionate about teamwork. I'm always attracted to those things. And time again, I see marriages fail because people are all about what's in it for them. When you get married, you have to get married with the mindset that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make life better for my spouse. But just the same, if you are married to someone and you're serving in that capacity and someone's not reciprocating that, you're not going to get and yield the harvest that you can yield and have. It's just not going to happen. So I want you to sacrifice. Listen to me. There is nothing wrong with sacrifice. There is nothing wrong with giving yourself away. Stop expecting things in return from man and start expecting things from the one who created us. And at that point, my friend, you're going to understand the power and the key and the impact and the essence of life. And that's how you walk in victory, and that's how you walk in abundance. The last person you need to be thinking about is yourself. You don't need to think about yourself when your Father in heaven is thinking about you. Read Solomon. Solomon's focus was doing the will, and he got everything that he wanted. He had riches. He was the wisest man to ever live. And he was a good king. Great king. You'll find favor when you walk in your assignment. And your assignment is the desires of your heart. And the desires of your heart is going to lead you to your wealth. So don't put stock in anything on this earth or trying to go after these detailed things. Focused on the assignment on a daily basis. And if you hold out, he'll bring you out.